Hi everyone, welcome back for another whiskey review. Today I'm looking to review this Tasmanian whiskey, Overeem. Now, these guys have been around for a little while and we haven't really seen a lot of their whiskey come into New Zealand. The only two I've seen for sale is their Sherry Cask Matured and the Port Cask Matured. Now this one is a single cask and each of the bottles give you a bit of information about that particular cask. This one is one of 155 bottle release. This being bottle number 120, bottled at 43% ABV. We opened this bottle, including the port cask one, for a gathering, for a tasting, and we started the evening by trying some starward whiskies and finished on 3 Tasmanian whiskey, the 2 Overeem, the port and the sherry, and Lark Classic. And for me in particular, the 2 Overeems were a bit of a standout. Despite being at 43%, I remember saying to friends who were part of that tasting repeatedly, I just wish it was a little bit higher in ABV. So maybe in Australia they do other stock, which could be at cask strength, I'm not sure, but I'll definitely try and get my hands on some. And these are the beautiful tints they come in, which are actually quite handsome. I like them. Really well presented. Now, overall, in grand scheme of things, I haven't tried much Australian whiskey. I've tried a bit of Starward from Melbourne. I've been to the distillery as well. And then I've tried some Iniquity, I think that's the name, and a couple of the other ones, but haven't really tried a hell of a lot of Australian whiskey because, like I said before, we don't really get bugger all here. Hardly ever seen any. But from my understanding, the sales are strong. Anything and everything from Tasmania in particular sells out within minutes. So they probably haven't bothered sending stock to New Zealand, which is ironic because it's just north of here, figuratively speaking. Probably 1,500 kilometers or 2,000 kilometers, but we are very close to them. But back to the whiskey. So aged in a sherry cask, a single cask. I'm not entirely sure how long it is aged for. I did remember looking it up when we were doing the sampling, but I have completely forgotten how old it might be. I don't think it says on the tin. No, it doesn't. All right, let's see what's it like on the nose first. Quite rich actually on the nose in terms of sweetness. There's lovely gentle honey with spice of cinnamon. A bit of dried fruit character, almost like the gentle spice with maybe a bit of almond-like character, but the sweetness is quite rich, and there's a decent amount of oak coming as well on the nose. So from my understanding, Tasmanian whiskies, quite like New Zealand whiskies, do age quite rapidly compared to whiskies coming from Scotland or Ireland in particular. I spilled a bit of the whiskey. But it's very satisfying on the nose. And I know I started the tasting, I started the review by saying I don't like the fact these are at 43%, but it's giving quite a lot of aroma, good aroma for it being at 43%. Oh, so good. There's a particular note on the nose, sort of maybe a ripe fruit, almost a ripe mango, bananas maybe. But it is quite rich on the nose. All right, time to sip it. There's gentle warming spice on the palate. The hint of oaky character carries on the palate as well. There's light sweetness, but overall it's very light in experience. Reason why I hope there's more of it at cask strength, and I want to try it. And during the tasting, I kept saying to my friends, you know, this has got good bones, and I would love to try a cask strength sample of this, because it comes on the palate beautifully and then almost drops off, and I'm guessing that's because of the lack of ABV, or could be just my palate has been completely ruined by having far too many cask strength samples. But on the palate, you know, there's a little bit of honeyed sweetness, dull honeyed sweetness on the back of the palate, and a warming spicy note is all over the palate. Let's do another sip. Wow. On the second sip, the spice is a lot more active. The sweetness of the honey is that much richer. And there's a bit of tropical fruits character going on the palate. But the flavors are tailing off quite quickly. And I guess in a weird way, I'm going to make it my life's, well, not a challenge to acquire some cask strength samples if they exist, because I'm super keen. Might have to talk to some friends over in Australia if someone be keen to try and swap a sample with a Kiwi cask strength for an Australian Overeem's cask strength. But otherwise, a really terrific whiskey with good bones. I genuinely don't know how old it is. I'm just going to guess it is 5 to 7 years old, maybe, or might be even younger. But it's got really, really good bones, and I like the fact how it is a single cask whiskey, which is really, really good. But that's all I've got to say about this particular whiskey. If you are liking the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you in the very near future for another whiskey review. See you later. Bye-bye.